I'm Judy Donnelly.
And I'm Bill Donnelly.
We will be celebrating our 58th wedding anniversary on November 27th this year. We've been together long enough that we often finish each other's sentences.
Here are some key elements of our story. I consider life an adventure, so I don't think in terms of pursuing a career. Certainly, I needed a job to support a family of eventually 5 children. As things have turned out, we've been mostly blessed with good fortune and a tremendous love and closeness to each other.
Our actively practiced Catholic faith on both sides of our families has been a major factor in our family life. Prior to meeting Bill, I was in the convent. However, I left because I decided I wanted to marry and have a family.
After one semester at Notre Dame, I chose to take my gap year, which turned into a 3-year hitch in the Marine Corps. I was discharged in January 1959 and resumed my education at Fordham University and graduated in 1962, 3 months after Judy left the Sisters of Charity. During this time, I hung out at the Riverdale Steakhouse with my buddies. One evening, I glanced over the partition separating the bar from the restaurant, and Judy was there with a group of her friends, most of whom I knew. So I went over and was warmly invited to join them.
The rest is history. We were married on November 27th, 1965.
My first job after college was as a sales rep in the motor freight transportation industry in New York City. It confirmed my dislike for city life. When our dating evolved into discussing marriage, children, and life, I told Judy of my high school summers on a dairy farm and that my real desire was to buy a farm. City living did not appeal to me.
I was anxious about such a radical change. We made a marriage encounter which helped us communicate deeply and understand each other's feelings. We made the leap and bought a farm and named it Harmony Hill Farm.
Sadly, not everything was harmonious. We had an arson fire set by a nearby neighbor, a pyromaniac, and a volunteer fireman. The barn burned to the ground, killing about 20 head of cattle. Our good neighbors rallied to help us. Others harvested our crops and filled our silos while we commuted twice a day to do the milking and feeding in a rented barn. Several factors, including the return of the perpetrator to the area, along with the economics of the farm, led us to sell. The real loss was our working together and giving the kids responsibility. I spent the rest of my agribusiness career as a dairy nutrition specialist, retiring in 2003. Judy returned to teaching.
An important place we share is in the Canada Lake House. It's been a place where our kids form close relationships with 17 cousins and grandparents and aunts and uncles. It was a place for golf, water skiing, kayaking, fishing, swimming, hiking, and even climbing Mount Marcy.
Skiing became our most loved family sport, and we celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary at Gore Mountain for a week with all our children and grandchildren, 15 of us, with the exception of our daughter Jean, who was in a group home for mental illness. That's our pain, and hers too.
Over the years, we've all skied and walked and hiked and played together. Our kids so love each other, and we love them. Communication, prayer, and quality time together have given us a fulfilled relationship and life.